Hi, in this video, we're going to take a look at how you can enhance the sky in your photographs without doing any masking or any kind of complicated post-processing techniques. All right, we've got a new version of Luminar from Skylum. It's Luminar 2018, and this one has something in it, a little filter called the AI Sky Enhancer. And it really is just kind of a wonderful little tool. It takes care of a very specific problem and saves you from having to do a lot of complex masking and just to enhance the sky in your photos. It works very well in a lot of circumstances. There are some circumstances where I think it's probably not the greatest thing, but I'm going to show you a series of photos and you can kind of see when it works well, when it doesn't. Overall, I think this is really going to be something that kind of enhances your photography. So let me start off and open an image. And let's go off with this photograph right here. This is kind of one of the cases where I think we're probably going to end up doing very well. And this is a shot of the pitons in St. Lucia from my room when I was there a few years back. And you'll see that it kind of goes through just a little bit of process to get the color that it wants on the photograph. I've got a panel over here with just two filters, the AI Sky Enhancer and the Accent AI filter, which has been there for a little while. And I kind of want to show and compare how these work together or how they work separately. And hope you'll excuse me. You'll see I've got some sensor dust over here because these are my raw files. These haven't been processed in any way at all. Let's just start off with the AI Sky Enhancer, and we'll take this little slider and just move it slowly on up. And you can see it really makes a dramatic difference on this photograph. And you can just take a look at kind of where we are before and after. Matter of fact, let's just do this a little before and this after. And if nothing else, it'll really help you tell where your sensor spots are. Before this Sky Enhancer came out, Luminar had the Accent AI filter, which is also going to affect your sky, but it's also going to affect the rest of your photograph as well. So if we bring this one all the way up, you can see it still does a very good job of working on the sky, but also notice the foliage in the front or the foreground and how that brightens up. So the question is, do you use one or the other, or do you use these together? And I think you can actually use both of these together. Let's go ahead and bring up the Sky Enhancer all the way. And then we're going to bring up the Accent AI filter all the way. It may not be to your taste right off the bat, but you've got a couple of things you can do. One, you can obviously bring down either of the filters that are there, but also you could bring down the overall amount of filtering that you're doing. And quite honestly, just doing that makes it look much like I was there. You're probably still going to have to go ahead and do some other post-processing. Like I said, I've got sensor dust that you can see up here in the corner, but that's really just a spot removal and maybe a few of them over here. And then you're almost done. As a matter of fact, you could be done right now. Depends upon your taste of what you want to do. So let's take a look at another photograph. In this case, we're looking at a portrait, but we've still got, a beautiful sky in the background. We've got our nice foliage on the mountains, of course. So let's take a look once again at looking at the AI Sky Enhancer, and we'll bring that up. It really makes it dramatic. It's probably a little darker than I would prefer over here, but it depends upon the sky that you have as to just how much you're going to give it. If we go ahead and take the Accent AI filter and give that a boost, it really opens up a lot of these shadows. It boosts the color in here, and then suddenly it kind of balances out with that sky. I'm really kind of happy with that. Probably right here is where I would go with it. But some people, you want a more dramatic sky, the possibility is there. And again, you have the same options here. If you want to go with the filter amount, just kind of drag that down and you can see how it changes the sky. But one of the things I really like about this, let's go ahead and put the filter amount all the way up. We're going to bring this boost all the way down and look at the sky and notice it's not affecting anything else. It's not affecting the mountains. It's not affecting the water. Without doing any masking whatsoever, you're getting a boost right where you need it. And that's just, to me, that's a wonderful thing. That saves so much time for trying to mask. Imagine if I had to get a mask with these leaves over here, the craggy little parts of the Piton Mountains. And then, of course, I've got an interrupted line over here with a model in the way. Suddenly, I can just enhance the sky. That really saves just a lot of time and energy. No masking, no brushing. You can just kind of boost up a couple of these sliders And other than maybe some fine tuning of whatever you want to do, if you want to add other filters to it, that's fine. Or clear up the dust spots, that's fine. But you're really almost there with just those two sliders. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of cases where maybe it doesn't work quite so well. All right, this photograph is a very foggy morning in the mountains on the western end of Cuba. And let's go ahead and try and bring up our AI sky enhancer. And you can see that it's making some changes, but honestly, not very much. Whether it has the detail to work with it or not, it just doesn't have that much that it can really do in this particular case. It's a little bit darker, but honestly, to me, I'm not getting anything useful out of this. This is actually part of a frame that I took to use in an HDR shot, and I didn't really have much luck with it myself doing my own processing. You can bring up the accent AI filter and you get a bit more detail out of here, and you can see it also changes the sky. So if I bring down this sky, just working with the accent AI filter, I think we see quite a lot. But the AI sky enhancer by itself didn't really do anything. Even now, you can see it's brightening up some of the warmth that's showing up there in the middle. It gives you a little bit. Sometimes the results are very subtle, but it's not magic on every photo. Now, let me take a look at one other. All right, I decided I wanted to see how it worked on a night sky. And this one is very overcast, and you can tell the sun is kind of just gone down. This was the blue hour, and this is at the boardwalk near Epcot in Walt Disney World. So if I go ahead and bring up the sky enhancer, almost nothing. I mean, you can see some very, very subtle changes in there, but almost no change at all. Again, if you go back to the accent AI filter, all of a sudden it brings up a whole lot of light. I kind of actually like this a little bit if I bring down the AI sky enhancer. Really not that much of a change. Matter of fact, it seems to be darkening it just a bit. But to me, that's really not a situation where it seems to be working very well for me. So overcast skies like this at night, the other photo that I showed just before this with all the fog in the morning, it didn't really seem to bring anything out of that. Very, very subtle changes, at least nothing that was dramatic. But overall, I still really like this filter. And let me show you a couple other photos to show you why. All right, this one is a really old photo. If any of you are Disney fans, you probably remember this from years and years ago. This was nothing more than a snapshot at the time. But if I come over here and I bring up the AI sky enhancer, it will really put out some detail and put some color into that sky. And now if we combine that with the accent AI filter, that photo went from drab to popping. I mean, there is before and there is after. Just a couple of sliders, and again, you've got the overall filters amount that you can bring this back to your taste. So wherever you want it to be. But I think that really gives you a lot of potential with just two sliders. And keep in mind, there are plenty of other filters. This is a whole list of filters that are available in Luminar 2018. So just with two of them, you can make some really nice changes in your photos. Let's try a few others. Okay, here we are with a sunset in Havana. And again, let's try the sky filter. And it just brings out the warmth, adds some depth into the clouds. We want to boost this a little bit with the accent AI filter. You can see how it kind of brings up the shadows in the foreground. And you've got a very nice sunset scene there. This is one of the photos I took at a Trash the Dress little session over at Daytona Beach. And the sky right there just doesn't look very interesting at all. But, you know, I've got a little bit of flash on our face. Let's see what we can do with the sky with this one. And I like that change. It's rather subtle compared to some of the other ones, but it's enough that it makes a difference. You can tell that the clouds are in there. You're getting a little bit of warmth back here. And then if we go ahead and bring up the accent AI filter, it starts just kind of making the colors and everything else pop. Looking closely here, there's no banding, there's no halo or glow or anything like that. That's pretty much a perfect mask on everything to enhance that sky. It's just, to me, that's amazing. Oh, I can't Photoshop do this. I don't know. Let's take a look at one or two more, then we'll close it out. Okay, this one I like just because it's a happy little photo. Obviously at the beach again. We'll bring up the AI sky enhancer, and This one will turn it really, really blue, probably more so than I wanted it to go. If I come back with and add in the accent AI filter, suddenly it's just a really poppy image. I think I want to bring this down a little bit, and I could probably be happy right there. Or I could just go ahead and bring down the filters overall. And that just gives you a nice, happy beach photo. We'll look at one more. Okay, I saved this one for the last because I think this is the one that has the most potential for the sky. So watch what happens when I move the AI Sky Enhancer slider. It's almost like watching the opening of The Simpsons with that sky. And then I'll go ahead and add the accent AI filter. And it just kind of brings right back to your subject. It knows that this is where you want to see the light open up, and you've got a picture perfect day. Again, if it's too much for you, you can always bring it back down, but I'm really liking the results from this. As I said, the AI Sky Enhancer is useful a lot of the times, but not every time. There are a couple of circumstances where it hasn't really done exactly what I wanted to do, and I think it's still just a wonderful tool. The masking is perfect. You don't have to sit there and go through and do a bunch of masking yourself. You can just use this tool, move the slider. If the worst case is it doesn't help you that much, and you haven't really wasted a lot of time trying to mask everything out to see what it does. It does everything for you automatically. But I would say probably 80–85% of the time, it's going to bring some real life to your photographs and just make everything much easier for you. If you're interested in this product and you don't have it, it is Luminar 2018 from Skylum, and I've got a coupon code that can help you out. So you can just go to skylum.com, select Luminar, and there is a free trial available if you want to give this a shot before you buy. I actually kind of recommend that you do that. Go ahead to Luminar, and right now there's a sale going on. If you buy it, you actually get some bonuses. That sale may not always be going on, but my coupon code will give you $10 off if it's not going on. You click buy. And right down here where it says coupon code, type in my last name and hit apply. And you can see the change happen right there. Your price now is $49 instead of $59. Typically it goes for $69. So you can just hit that coupon code BEAM, hit apply, and you'll see the changes right over here. I hope that does you some good. Just so you know, that's an affiliate code. So I make a little bit of money if you choose to buy based on my recommendation, but you save an additional $10. And right now there's a sale going on. So that gives you a 25% savings if you decide to go look at this. Black Friday is going on. Hopefully that helps you out. My name is William Beem. Hope this was helpful for you. Thanks very much. And I'll put the coupon code and the links to Skylum in the description below.